this is how we do it on here, Pop. Now, what we do is this is called the Brutally Honest Rap Show. And the Brutally Honest Rap Show consists of, like I said, myself, Sweet Mama G, Community KP, also our family, Southside DoeBoi, and also, like I said, we have two other DJs, which is DJ XL and DJ Trelly Trell. And this may be a little different twist than what you're used to as far as in a interview setting, because we're gonna borrow your expertise on this show. And what we're going to do is hold up, somebody's got their radio up too loud. So we're going to borrow your expertise on this show we're going to play music that's being sent in from other up and coming artists, right? Okay. And basically, along with us, we're going to use your expertise to judge their music. And our rating system, Sweet Mama G, you want to explain that part? Yeah, you ain't getting away with not speaking. Go ahead.
I'm trying to do the marketing part. Thank you so much. So our ratings is 1 through 5. Typically, most people do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but our panel got to be 4.8, 2.3, 5. So they are a special group. So usually 5 is your best. 1 you need to work on, and if it's absolutely horrible, you can give a 0. But you gotta tell why. You give suggestions. So 1 through 5.
Okay, that's understandable. All right.
Okay, and what we usually do, we go by the artist's voice, the delivery, we go by the content, and we go by the track, and you can judge it all. Okay, so I want to send shout out to everybody who's in the on the live, but also make sure y'all come into the comments and review the songs along with us. And meanwhile, we can shout y'all out just to let y'all know that we know y'all here. And look who we got here. We got brother-in-law in the building. What's up, brother-in-law? And we got Living Life with Spice channel says good evening. And I think brother-in-law is missing Darren. I've been meaning to call brother-in-law all week. Then we have Living Life with Spice. Share and like and hit the notification bell. All right. So now we're going to start this off early. Sometimes, Pop, what we do is sometimes we have like a sort of a weak start off because the songs, but we getting ready to start off with a joint. Let me see. We got this joint from an artist named Brooklyn Z. All right. And remember, the rating is from 1 to 5. And we're going to see how we pull this off with Brooklyn Z. Brooklyn Z, let's go.
Yo, let me say it loud and clear so you can hear me. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Can you hear me now? You can hear me? Can you hear me now? Yo, check it. Let me say it loud and clear so you can hear me. You can hear me? Can you hear me now? You can hear me? Can you hear me now? Yo, we've been struggling for so long. The spirit of my people so strong. Without no rights, we treated so wrong. The time has come for us to move on. We've been ignored for too long. It's about time I sing a true song and use my voice to share how I feel. What they put on TV just ain't real. It's no reason that the people so poor. The rich are so rich, but still they want more. The politicians, they follow their lead, but all they care about is fortune and greed. Then we put all the blame on our youth, but nobody wants to teach the babies the truth. They can't use nothing that they learn in these schools. And knowledge is power, and show them some proof so they can shine like the stars in the sky. Police shooting stars for no reason why. They trying to stop you from shining your light.
All right, that was Brooklyn Z. And usually I go 2 verses, but he was bar after bar on that one. So I couldn't just cut him off. So shout outs to Miss J in the building, a weekly supporter that we appreciate definitely. Says good evening at Crete, Sweet Mama G, Community KP, Southside DoeBoi, Pop the Brown Hornet, Baylana, Living Life with Spice Channel, brother-in-law. Good luck to all the artists. Thank you. That was actually very kind. Really named everybody. Ran it down. Shouts out to Yada L pulling up in the building. Peace, my brother. How are you? Thank you for coming through. Now, that was Brooklyn Z. Now, I'm going to start off with Southside DoeBoi on this one. What did you think about that, Southside?
You know, Brooklyn Z, he always bring it. I get that a 5.
Okay. What up, Dougie? Dougie in the building. That's what I'm talking about. Another weekly supporter. So, what made you give that a 5, Southside? Would you
repeat that again?
I said, what made you give that a 5?
I mean, the delivery and the production and the mix and mastering was good on that. You know, like I say, he always deliver whenever he spit.
Okay. All right. Now, we appreciate that review. Sweet Mama G, what you got on that?
Typically,
coming off. He came down.
Okay.
No, that was my bad. That was Excel.
I was like,
talk.
wait a minute.
What up,
so
Excel?
Typically, I'm a 5 with him, but I think it's a 4 or 5. But as I was listening to it, probably when I hear it again, I'm gonna give him a 5. But something in his background, it reminded me of some type of Q-Tip song. I'm trying to remember. Think about it.
Right.
Just reminiscent of something like his beat or the way he was doing his lyrics. Something about Q-Tip in there, but 4 or 5 for me for Brooklyn.
Okay. Well, the thing about that is that that was a Jay Dilla beat that he rapped over, and Jay Dilla and Q-Tip, their styles are very similar, and so that's probably what you were hearing.
Okay.
So and what was the number you gave that?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay. All right. So Pop the Brown Hornet, with your expertise, what you got on that?
That's a good song. I give it a 4. And the only reason why I delivery and everything, I just wasn't strong with the hook. I think the hook or the interludes could have been a little stronger, but just did remind me of a little Tribe Called Quest, or who was that?
Yeah.
I'm Everyday People. It gave me that kind of
Arrested Development. Yeah.
It gave me a good Southern vibe. Like, just down to earth. Wordplay was on point. I just felt like just the hooks, or it just seemed, I didn't hear any ad libs or anything just to make it giant or big. It sounded like it could be a big song. So sometimes when you're on the hook, even when you hear a Tribe Called Quest song, you hear a couple of them in the background. Yo, can I kick? Yes, you can. You hear a little liveliness. So it was just missing that for me. But it was a very good song.
Okay. And just so you know, our brother, DJ XL, just pulled up in the building. He's another DJ that's a staple, for us, especially in this show. But I mean, he does a lot of shows with a lot of different artists as well. So XL, this is Pop the Brown Hornet. And did you hear?
I met Pop before. Before. Mike Hands is my bro.
Oh, Mike
Hands. Yeah.
Brooklyn. Yeah, that's what's good. What's good, player? How you?
Ain't too much. I'm goody.
Love on top. You're ready. Yep.
What?
So did you hear that song XL?
Nah, I missed it.
Oh dang, because we wanted your rating on it. That shirt you got on, that's black and purple?
Yeah.
That's dope. And it's actually matching our background. You see the background we're using tonight, right?
Yeah,
it's matching it. That's dope.
It's decent colors. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. So that okay. Well that's
these ain't no Chico sticks, brother.
Okay. All right. So KP, did you hear that song, KP? Hold on one second. Hold. KP. All right, there you go. Yeah, did you hear that song, KP? KP, we can't hear you. You're going to have to log out and come back in. Okay, all right. Meanwhile, shout out to Shell Shot. Said, what's up, everyone? And Miss J said, hey, at Yada L and Dougie. And brother-in-law said, XL, in the corner store buying Chico sticks. And then it was something. Okay, brother-in-law gave that a 4.5. By the way, 4.5. All right. And I'm trying to catch up with everybody here. So, all right, we're going to go to the next joint. We have a artist that is officially gives us new music every week. He always, he takes our criticism. He's like what a real up and coming artist would be. He takes the criticism like an artist should, because, you have to be able to take constructive criticism on your music, right?
Okay.
So, and he comes on every week, and he just so happened to be my sweet Mama G cousin favorite, and I'm glad she got a favorite. I know he a tough cookie. You know what I mean? Well, we always what it is. Them two be having a tough time going back and forth with the music. So we're gonna play it, and like I said, this is Shell Shock. And the name of the song is called Scissor Season. All right. Now, let's get it. Scissor Season.
Scissor season round this motherfucker.
All you bitches now.
I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers, I ain't fucking with them. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers cause I'm done with them. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers, I ain't fucking with them. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers cause I'm done with them. I got my scissors out, plus the new year is approaching. Like an eviction, it's time to sit them out. Taking a different route, no sense of holding on to a demon. When it's clear, I need to let them out. You can forget about my motherfucking whereabouts. Like DEA, it won't be given out. It's time to minimize, cause it's a process of elimination. And bitch, you're being penalized. Survival strategy, I'm laying laws 48. I got the power, hold on, be mad at me. I'm faking like you riding with a G. I can read, it's beautiful lines, even the blind can see. Never lie with the enemy. I've been inspired and feeling a vibe from phony energy. And I'ma spin your ass like a wheel. And I'ma bag your bullshit up just like a centimil. And I'ma spin your ass like a wheel. And I'ma bag your bullshit up just like a centimil. And I'ma spin your ass like a wheel. And I'ma bag your bullshit up just like a centimil. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers, I ain't fucking with them. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers cause I'm done with them. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers, I ain't fucking with them. I take this game by surprise and I ain't fumbling. I'm cutting off these phony motherfuckers cause I'm done with them. Cut this bitch off like electricity. You fumbled the ball big time, you gon' remember. Went from lovers to overnight, we turned to fucking enemy. She stuck a knife right in my heart, won't even mention me. Warned her ass, karma would catch up, they fucking eventually. Drag her name all through the mud, won't show no sympathy. Mentally scarred, cause it's hard, this pain it lives with me. Gotta keep God in my heart, I live in misery. Seeking refuge from Allah, they in a wicked tree. Have a nigga locked in the wall and throw away the key. One of them in a witchcraft, they wishing battle me. Praying on a nigga downfall, but it ain't gonna be. Peeping into my crystal ball like a Machiavelli. Watching my enemies fall, everyone against me, no weapon against me shall be formed. This is my prophecy. Like the sun when it rises in the morning, and ain't no stopping me.
Hold up. All right. So, first of all, let's go to these the comments. We got Dougie in the building say it was all a dream, talking about what up XL, talking about he messing with him about the Biggie situation. He say he sound like Biggie. So then me D with that face right there. Then we got Simply 10 Not 4 off the top, 3 Shell Shock. What happened to the clean version though? I agree, Shell Shock. You know what I'm saying? Shell Shock was going off in that mug. So then we got me D said 2.0. I was not feeling this one. Okay, and then and that's all we have for right now. We got PD Collins gave it a 3.1. Oh, all right. All right. So we're gonna take it to the panel, and don't forget we have more people in this live chat. Make sure y'all like the video, like it, and make sure y'all subscribe to it and everything. We appreciate it all, and we got some cash apps down there. If y'all want to drop something in there, we don't care if y'all drop 50 cents, $1, $5, or 50. So now. Okay, Dougie said he gives it a 4. You roaches and water bugs. All right, and all right. So here we go. Now, gonna take it to Atlanta. Go ahead, Southside.
Hey man, Shell Shock, boy, he always give us something. Hey man, I take my hat out to that brother. I get that. I actually like that song.
Right.
I'm gonna get it a 4. I'm gonna get it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, he always getting us something, man. We never know what to expect when it comes to him.
Right. Okay. All right. Oh, hold on.
It's all love, though. It's all love.
Right. All right. So now we're gonna take it to DJ XL. XL. Where you at, my brother? We can't. XL. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. You might have to log out and log back in. All right. Go ahead, Community KP.
Man, I'm gonna shout out to Shell Shot, 29's home, my broski for real. I'm sitting here laughing because you're right. You was absolutely right, Southside. You don't know what to expect when it comes with Shell Shot because he's real erratic with his style. He might come with a song one time that you don't particularly like. As a matter of fact, you might really hate it, and then the next time he hits you with a joint that you be like, hey, that's right. You know what I'm saying? So the development and the growth of him is what had me over here laughing because I know him since he was young, so I see where he came from and I see where he at now. And it's just, hard work and dedication, man. I like that song, man. The song was catchy. It had a real different delivery than I would expect it from him. It caught me off guard. And he finished it strong. The hook, it's to each his own. Everybody's content is not going to be exactly what you would have, the way you think things out or the way you interpret it. But overall, it was a good song. I give it a 4.
Okay. We appreciate that, KP. All right. Let's take it to, hold on. Let me see okay. We got XL back in the room. XL, where you at, brother?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you this time, but now there you go. All right. So XL, you did hear the new Shell Shock, right?
Yeah, I heard it.
Okay.
I mean,
what you got on it?
I'll give it a 3. It was good. It's not what I'm typically used to hearing from him. Different. Yeah, he came with a little different vibe, but it seemed like you came a little bit aggressive, and it was like it didn't really seem like you were trying to, do something, just doing something to do something different. And I get it. Like I said before, like the flow that you have, it reminds me of like the strange music group artists. So like that lane it fits your typical flow, other than the not necessarily gangster rap, but like like the that aggressive flow. But I mean, it was good. You kept the flow going. It wasn't no wild hook. You didn't, you wasn't on the hook singing and all that type of stuff. So like, I give it a good 3.
Okay, respect, XL. So now let's take it just before we go to Pop and Cuzzy. Now he Shell Shock said my bad on a dirty version, and then he gave a thumbs up, and then we got Simply Tenot said y'all said he got his own lane. Gotta rate him off that. Okay, and that's true. Right. Then Bayliner said, everybody please go out and hit the like button, support our movement, drop those cash apps. We deeply appreciate that, Bayliner. And we have Miss J said, I like the hook, 3.8. So again, now Pop, the thing about Shell Shock, like I said, and they told you never know what he about to come up with. You know what I'm saying? And I known him actually since I'm almost a baby. You know what I'm saying? And like he's family, and I'm gonna support him no matter what. But here's the thing. Again, like they said, you never know what he's about to come up with, and either you're gonna hate him or love him or like him this week and dislike him next week or whatever. But what I love about him, he's not afraid. He's not afraid to try lanes or whatever, and he's not afraid of the criticism. So respect from all of that. So your first time hearing him, Pop, what'd you have on that song?
Yeah, this is my first time hearing him, so it wasn't really bad to me at all. It was a little mixture. It sounded like I came on, sounded like Tupac with a little bit of E40. With a little bit of
Thank you.
I thought I was like, yeah.
Right.
All right, this motherfucker right here. So I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I never heard him before.
Right.
It was a little comical, so and I like that. I can see he got a little personality about himself. I've never heard him before, so to me, that's him. I would like to hear more of those energy, like, it sound like some real West Coast or some, sound like some funky West Coast stuff to me. Right.
And I get it. And you're right. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's actually voice, and he got a voice. You got a distinctive voice. So all of those things add up. Like you said, he's growing into his own. So, it wasn't a bad song for me to hear him for the first time out.
And the crazy thing, like, from when we first started this show, it's almost going on a year, and he's been developing every week, and not afraid to try nothing. So respect the Shell Shock on that, showing up. All righty, his most valuable critic. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this, and it is Sweet Momma G.
Oh, Shell Shock. I asked you to send a song that I heard on Facebook. We hear that part on Facebook.
That wasn't the Facebook song.
No. Oh, Shell Shock.
So come on, Sweet Mama, what you got?
I'm trying to. Okay, on our rating scale for Shell Shock. I'm gonna give you a 4.
Okay.
Last week I gave you a 5 because you threw the guard and the bitch and the ally. It was just too much. You either gonna take me to church or take me to the corner. I don't know what we doing. Don't confuse me up. It was too much. That's not what I heard on Facebook. So you get a 4. You punish tonight. Send the clean version. I like the cockroaches and the water bugs. I did like that part. But clean version. It was way too much. And somebody had their grandchild in the room, who we don't have children online, sir, because of the lyrics. Almost scared. Almost had a heart attack, but we good.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Sweet Mama.
Yeah, 4.
No, you didn't. Oh, you gave it a 4. Well, shoot, that's a good rating from Sweet Mama G
like
to Shell Shock.
I like the water bug part, and I think some people I need to cut. We need to cut some of these people tonight, but the guard, the ally, and the bitch, it was just too much. Right behind each other. If you put it maybe at the beginning, then I could have dealt with it, but it's just too much together.
All right. Well, we thank you, Sweet.
Please don't. The new guest please don't say nothing about Tupac and him, please. Thank you.
Why?
That's what
look, let me tell you something.
I said it was a hit. It was a hit of Tupac, a little hit of E40. It was like a little bit of the big voice. He was flipping up.
Hey, you know what? You know what though, Pop, showing up. Don't look. First of all, you're a seasoned artist, right? Seasoned artist, got mad music out there, but I said the same thing. So don't be ashamed.
Yeah, we heard Tupac, but we know, don't say that. Because that's his style. We know. Yeah.
He said you wrote I'm still alive.
Tupac song come out next week.
That's Tupac. Once you say roaches, y'all still alive, the first thing that jump in your head is Tupac when you hear
right.
Yep.
Exactly. So that's all I'm saying. So
we just joke about it, so we have fun with it.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a new joint by JP the Prince, right? And the name of this song is called I'm Tired by JP the Prince. Let's get it.
What up, though? JP the Prince. Tired of losing. Get my heart broke. Tired of this bullshit. Got like the bomb behind these bars and even do shit that jump on drive a nigga crazy. No money on the phone, can't even reach out to my baby. Thought she had my back, but she ain't shit. So man, I'm tired of this bullshit. Got like the bomb behind these bars and even do shit that jump on drive a nigga crazy. No money on the phone, can't even reach out to my baby. Thought she had my back, but she ain't shit. So when I get out of this jail cell, I get straight out to the point and just say farewell. I'll chuck the deuces up, I hope you don't start crying. I won't give a fuck, I'll show no love. They got together 4 days before I got like dope, girl, I give up. They say love get you killed quick. They tryna die in these streets, you can die real quick. It's real shit, I ain't the only one you deal with. Girl, you too busy smoking gas and spending money with the niggas that you chill with. I'm tired of this bullshit. Got like the bomb behind these bars and even do shit that jump on drive a nigga crazy. No money on the phone, can't even reach out to my baby. Thought she had my back, but she ain't shit. So man, I'm tired of this bullshit. I like the bomb behind these bars and even do shit that jump on drive a nigga crazy. No money on the phone, can't even reach out to my baby. Thought she had my back, but she ain't shit. I gotta find it in for the ride. I gotta do what I'm gon' do. I gotta get rid of the old. I gotta bring it with the new. I gotta face it. Don't want a chick that's basic. Nothing wrong with ghetto. Guess I'm just a different fellow. I'm on something that is real. A chick that has my back when she get touched when I squeal. Gone. Read my face expression. She gon' ask me how I feel. Ride with me whenever chasing money, we together. I know we can stick together, but I'm really fucking tired of this bullshit. Got like the bomb behind these bars and even do shit that jump on drive a nigga crazy. No money on the phone, can't even reach out to my baby. Thought she had my back, but she ain't shit. So man, I'm tired of this bullshit. Got like the bomb behind these bars and even do shit that drive a nigga crazy, no money on the phone, can't even reach out to my baby. Thought she had my back, but she ain't shit.
All right, that was JP the Prince, and that was called I'm Tired. All right. We will start this off with DJ XL.
You would pick me, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would.
I mean, how can I put it? It's a lane for that. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't really digging it. I mean, you know, it was okay. I mean, if that's something that you went to, it was cool, but I wasn't really feeling it. I'd give it like a 2. Because all I can remember from the song is I'm tired of bullshit. And like, it wasn't giving me no real vibe. You know what I'm saying? It could be better. It could be a lot of other things worked on. But as far as like just that track alone, yeah, it's not doing it for me.
Okay. Respect. Okay, we have Shell Shock gave it a 4.3. Dougie said, feel like I'm listening to Pretty Ricky 2.5. Oh, so he gave it a 2.5. And then Simply 10 Art gave it a 3.8. Yada L gave it a 2. He said, I'm done with crying or crueling or crying. And then, okay. All right. Somebody always reading my mind. Living Life with Spice channel said, is this a beta music song?
Amen.
It surely is.
Yeah.
That is just for the betas, not for me. So that's not my lane. I mean, that's what's being played on the radio and stuff right now. Me, I not even 30 seconds for me. That's like 10 seconds and it's a wrap. And it's just not me at all. Go ahead. You look like you want to say something. Go ahead.
I say what I said. I'm living life with spice. So there you go.
I know. You asked me and I told you. Is that beta music Crete? Yes. That's beta male music. Ain't my lane. We got P.D. Collins said he gave it a 2.7. And that's all we have in the comments for right now. Okay, what you got? So you're not gonna rate it, Cuzzy?
You play too much.
Cause she tired of the bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
And I know who sent it in. They know they're supposed to send a clean version, but I guess that was the hook. So we couldn't have a clean version.
Okay.
Somebody on the screen. Yeah. Right.
I got you.
Yeah, okay.
Southside ATL.
Yeah, right.
You from the dirty there, baby.
Hey, man.
Right.
If you like that type of crime music, I would say that'll get you some butt. I guess about 4. Yeah, it's all right.
You gotta think he's singing from in jail, so he's gonna get butt.
Oh, see,
exactly.
Talking about he ain't got no money on his books.
And let me tell you something. And she up there like that. I don't know which I don't know. All right, so yeah, okay. All right, so Yada L said.
I guess it's 2 for me.
Okay, and Yada L7 said that was some simp. That was the simp version.
Amen.
I agree with you, brother. All right, so and then we have Baylana. Hold on. Baylana said, sounded like a bunch of crying to me. Yeah, that's what happens. So, all right. So thank you for your review, Sweet Mama G. We got Community KP in the building. What you got on that, KP?
Hey, what is the name of the show?
The Brutally Honest Rap Show.
Rap show.
Time out. What's the key word in that?
Rap.
Honest.
Okay. Did we just get finished listening to Keith Sweat 2.0?
Pretty much.
Yo, check this out. I'm a hip hop head, bro. If I wanted to cry on my pillowcase, you feel me? Like I wouldn't be on this show. I'd be on a Brutally Honest hip hop show. So I just think you picked the wrong show to play your music because we tired of your bullshit.
Wow. Okay.
We'll play for Friday, the relationship show.
That's a relationship show song, and we need to get at a 1.5 for him even trying to play that on our show.
Okay, but you know what? I don't mind us playing some R&B or whatever. I mean, I'll do it, but that song there will leave you. Okay, so now we're gonna take it to Pop. What you got on that, Pop?
I'm gonna just say this. If Beyonce sung that shit, that'd be a #1 song. If she was tired of the bullshit, the girls would be like, "I'm tired of you, bull." That should be
right.
But
right.
I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2.
Okay, all right, and that is true. It depends on who. It depends on who puts it out, and it probably would have went #1. But you got to remember, you just said Beyonce, and Beyonce make those songs for the girls, and then so yeah, it probably would have did that.
It sounded like it was Keith Sweat Jr.
Yeah. So it's just not me. It ain't me. So okay, all right. Now we're gonna go to another one, and this one. You a trip for this one. We had this talk, Southside, but Willie Bars all on me.
Bruh.
Oh, my bad. That was the wrong button. Hold on.
I got you. Yeah.
I wake up early up in the morning, trick I be on and brushing my teeth. Think about who I gotta kill just to make another meal. But God, I ain't getting no sleep. I'm in survival mode, never hiding. No, I just thank the Lord for the streets. Cause where I'm from, you came up with nothing, not even your own peace. Cause it's R.I.P. No DTP. I'm a VET. Cause it's all on me. Cause it's R.I.P. No DTP. I'm a VET. Cause it's all on me. Crabs in the bucket tryna bring me down. Been up for a minute, I ain't never looking down. Niggas hating on me, I just call them niggas clowns. They don't wanna see me. Cause I've been so hot for so long, I can't just do wrong. Talk is cheap, you better act for coupons. My eyes is red from all the smoke I blew. You just say you love me, better hope you do. Cause I ain't playing no games. No, you can't play me. That's how you end up sleep. Call it R.I.P. Back to reality, call me your majesty. Trick, I'm the king. That's my name actually. No, you can't match with me. Get on the track with me. Can't face the facts, then you must got your back to me. I wake up early up in the morning. Trick, I be on and brushing my teeth. Think about who I gotta kill just to make another meal. But God, I ain't getting no sleep. I'm in survival mode, never hiding. No, I just thank the Lord for the streets. Cause where I'm from, you came up with nothing, not even your own peace. Cause it's R.I.P. No DTP. I'm a VET. Cause it's all on me. Cause it's R.I.P. No DTP. I'm a VET. Cause it's all on me.
Street tack.
Okay. We're gonna start with
I want to hear your opinion on that one.
You want to hear my opinion?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give you my opinion on that one, but we're gonna start off with DJ XL again.
His opinion had to be last on that.
Mike is off.
We can't. Hold on.
He on, yeah.
Shit, my bad. I meant to unmute myself.
Yeah.
Nah. Wasn't feeling it at all. Like I said, it sounds like everything else we hear. The auto tune, singing and rapping over the auto tune, and no, I wasn't digging it at all. I get it like about a 1.5. It wasn't catching me. It was like you wanted to be Drake, you wanted to be any of these other dudes out. It wasn't really hitting for me.
Okay. Definitely respect your review. Southside, what you got on that? You worrying about hearing my review, ain't you? What you got?
No.
Yeah,
I actually like the song.
Okay.
I actually like the song. That's what we listen to down here.
Right.
I get a song of folk.
Okay. All right. KP.
Man, first I want to figure out if Willie Buzz is still in the will after he did a non-traditional boom bap style hip hop song. I'm praying for him that some of your assets will still be left to him once you've moved along, because for you to let him sleep in the house for a week after he did a song with this type of delivery, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, Creed. You came a long way, son. You came a long way. Your son is still living, and he dropped the song. Anyway,
you play
my
too much,
opinion,
KP.
right? My opinion is that kind of not as deeply harsh as XL, but I kind of agree with he's saying, because it's like, okay, where's the individuality? I mean, you sound like run of the mill, like your typical artist that's reaching for the pop charts, and that's because I know, how Willie Buzz bringing some of his culture. That's kind of stepping outside of his lane, and it's not really, my ideal brand of hip hop is, and it doesn't really matter. It's somebody's ideal brand, but you don't want to just sound just like everybody else running the mill. You just sound like the next, you can't even differentiate yourself from the next artist because you just sound so cliche. So I give it a 2.5. Wasn't my style of song as well.
Okay.
Especially not coming from Willie Bars.
Okay. Respect. Appreciate that, KP. Your review is always appreciated. Okay, Pop, what did you have on that song?
Yeah, roughly I give it like a 2.5 as well. It was a good song, but it's not really my lane. But yeah, I give it like a 2. I'll give it a 2.5 as far as a complete song. Right.
Okay. Let me say this. There's an insider on this, right? That you don't know. I know you just the innocent guy in here, whatever. And it's nothing real serious either. But that was my son, right? I told him, but he's a grown man. Don't even touch nothing like that. we I'm a boom bap head. And that's why KP just said what he said. I wonder if he's still in the will. You know what I'm saying? That right there, and this guy here. Let me say this guy right here. Yeah, him. Southside sends that in, right? He sends it in, and it was right after we was with the JD the Prince thing, and he wants to hear exactly what I have to say about it. And my son know that I'm straight up about it, and I mean that is definitely not him. I definitely didn't like it.
Yeah, but it's autistic. At the same time, it's autistic.
But the thing is, Creek, we the people that know. Oh, go ahead, KP.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be autistic. There's nothing wrong with stepping out the box sometimes of what you normally do. You know what I mean? I've never heard his music before. I'm just saying for me to it's not my geographic of music as far as what I'm in tune to. It wasn't a bad song. It was put together well. It just wasn't up my alley as far as the auto tune and all of that. I like a distinctive voice. I like creativity. Stand on your own when it comes to this hip hop. If you doing R&B and all of that, then you can do a lot of that auto tune shit. But besides, if you just on some MC, you got to keep your raw voice for me.
Right.
I second that.
And just to really put what I'm saying on that, like that's definitely not my lane. And I get what you're saying, Pop. Like you got sometimes you jump out of your lane and all that stuff. But what you do
at the end of the day,
you have to show some versatility.
You have different age groups. You know what I mean? So that song right there he made might be for for that younger lane. It ain't really necessarily for the boom bap heads and the hardcore hip hop. So it might be for he might grab another fan from the younger generation.
But at the same time, you still got to be true to your style. You got to be true to yourself.
That was
when you think about versatility, you think about like Big when he was with Bone and Pop when he was with Bone.
Yeah, but everybody's not big.
No. Everybody's not big, but everybody got to be true to who they are. Because if you think of it like Big went on there with Bone and he switched his style up to try to rock with Bone, and it was a success. You got Pop who stayed who he was on the song with Bone. And it just was like, okay, song is dope, but people remember Notorious Thugs more than they remember the Bone Thugs and Harmony with Pop joint. You know what I mean? Right. They remember both, but when he hear Bone Thugs, they're dangerous, ain't too many kids. Some people remember Pop verse, but Big verse stood out more. You know what I'm saying? Right. When you got people trying to emulate something that they're not true to, or something that they don't have that aptitude to deal with, sometimes it throws their whole demeanor off. And like you said, he could get a new listener.
I'm doing something.
He can get a new listener, but then what happens when he goes back to his regular style? That one listener, like, yo, he fell off.
And you know what? It's funny you said that. I say that about what's his name? T.I. It's a whole bunch of people that try these other different lanes and didn't stay true to their self. And I lose respect for them. I don't matter, but it's a whole bunch of other people out here that's just like me. I mean, but if that's what he wants to take, let him take it. Let me tell you something. When I got into this, right? And I'm speaking back on the 90s, I went and I did music. I did boom bap. That's what I like. And guess what? If you go on the social media right now, people still sharing my music from around the world. And I stayed true to me. You understand? I stayed true to me. And that is so gratifying to me, not me copying off of nobody else. I mean, I stayed true to what I was doing. That's not me. I don't want no part of that. I'm not changing. You think it's a whole bunch of, you got Biggie that went platinum in New York. And it might have been double platinum. And it's not about numbers and all that stuff to me. It's about me demonstrating my art. And that's what I like. And we're going to go to Sweet Mama G on this one as well. Go ahead, Sweet Mama.
So until Dougie said it was Willie Boss, I had absolutely no idea that was my cousin at all. That's just not his sound. And definitely we always talk about auto-tune. And he lost me with all that spelling. I'm on spring break. I don't feel like trying to figure out what all these letters mean. It's definitely not his style. He didn't come strong. Not saying that every song you have to come strong. I honestly did not know that was him. I didn't.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he should not touch that lane. Leave that for them little dudes who ain't got bars. You just downplayed your skill. And he actually, delivery and everything, he sounded good on it. Right. But that's not, I can see if you had to do if you was about the money and then you, and somebody like, Rich Homie Quan or somebody say, hey, come on, I need you to drop a verse. That's different. But when you trying to make your whole song like that and everything and say, well, let me go in this lane. No, that's not it. And
but that's
like,
not him.
It's not him. Not him. And this is what I'm gonna do. I was trying to load and see, I haven't made music with him in a good little bit, Pop, but I want you to hear. I mean, I got it loading up here, and just hear a piece of what we have a lot of dope stuff that just didn't get put out, but then I guess he just, the friends that he has, and they don't know his background, and they don't know how deep his background is when it comes to like real hip hop. You understand? So they probably say, man, you gotta hit some.
Then he's supposed to display that, like hypothetically.
Exactly.
Like hypothetically, when you're comfortable as an artist, like the people could come to me and say, I want you to do this, that, and the third. I want you to say no is no. Like, you know what I mean? So I mean, you always bend, but don't break. So if you're saying that's something that's not him, and maybe he was just experimenting. Maybe he's playing, people do that. They experiment. It's not like he's an artist that's fully blown and he's out there. You said it's your son, he's just experimenting around and playing with different sounds. So I mean, like I said, man, he gets a 0 for that. But at the end of the day, us as artists, sometimes you'll dive out. You step out the box. Maybe now he'll come back to who he originally is. You know what? His shit, he might come back even stronger now because he strayed off a little bit. Like, all right, let me get back on course. So
Right. Well, hopefully so, and hopefully he gotta, like, if you putting out stuff like that, now you gotta worry about damage control. Right here in the in the comments, though, we have Dougie said, I will give Willie B a 10. And then we have Yada L said,
he's trying to get a membership. He's trying to get a lifetime.
That would be done, man. That's just
yeah, that's the. And then Yada L said, yeah, he said Yada L said few quotables 3.5, and then Simply 10 Art said 4.5. And then Shell Shock said track nice, flow, track nice, flow. Well, dope track, nice flow, gave it a 4. Simply 10 Art said I'd ride to it, mellowed me out. Okay. Now hold on, it's another one I wanted to catch up with, and we about to get to your interview here in a minute, Pop. And then Dougie said, who produced that Willie B song? I have no idea. Somebody who heard him and said he got bars and see that he was already doing something. And then all these dudes just start trying to send tracks. Can you get on my track, please? That's how that happens. And then dudes start giving out tracks for 50 cents and $1. Like, come on now. Have some respect for yourself and your time. And then P.D. Collins gave it a 3.4. And I'm gonna go back, and this is not like one of his dopest songs, but it's one of his dopest songs, I'll say. But just giving you a piece of it.
It's real, you know, the drugs, the violence. That's what I tell people all the time. They ask why I moved to Atlanta because, not saying it's no better because it's crime everywhere, but bitches in Baltimore, real cutthroat.
Trying to get the bread, I ain't worried about no enemies. Honestly, me giving a damn is wasting energy. Sick of me, nah, I'm sick of you. Is you sucker free? Silly me, rockin' hand me down since the age of 3. Cause I came from the streets and I ain't scared to tell. Yes, I'm living well, but I came from hell. Yes, I'm living well, but I came from hell. Yes, I'm living well. Yes, I'm living well, but I came from hell. Life is not a game, it's not show and tell. Picking up the pieces, oh my gosh, you fell.
But just giving you a piece.
Yeah, you wouldn't even know those was the same two people. That auto tone threw him way off. So that auto tone had him sounding like you said, just the run of the mill, the typical regular artist, like he's trying to fit in instead of stand out. That's what this hip hop is all about. It's about standing out, not fitting in.
Right. So and that's a good one.
Now that I heard that and what he tried to pull off, your son gets a 0 because he shouldn't even be playing with that auto tune or nothing like that. When you got a little boom bap sound or whatever, like you said, stay in your lane because you know what, you could win in your lane. I mean, you could get a new fan, you get this, that, and the third, but once you sell out, like me, I was an artist who was on deep hiatus. I was gone for a minute. So me coming out of my hiatus, I could have came back and tried to emulate the sound that I heard.
Absolutely,
instead, I still stayed true to the boom bap that I grew up off of. I felt like I owed the obligation to the golden era to come out sounding like traditional classical hip hop, then to try to emulate this this Mickey Mouse hip hop they're doing now.
Right. No, and respect for that. Because man, you just don't know when I got your song earlier, how refreshing that was. I was like, all right, this is going to be a good one. Because a lot of times we be having some stuff come through and woo. Okay. Now, and then now Dougie said, now that's my nephew. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't had to talk with him.
But see, you personal, because when you throw your nephew and your son on and all of that, you want to keep his morale up. You want to keep his spirit up.
Yes.
This is the brutally honest
rap show.
That's my nephew too, but that was garbage nephew.
Yeah. He gotta listen. He gotta listen. And it was funny.
Honest.
The funny thing is that my brother.
Before you say what you say, right now, hypothetically, if you grab that song he just played and then you throw it in between the Futures or you throw it in between the Amigos or boom, 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 whomever, you're going to get lost. You would say, well, who is that? You know, when hip hop, when we grew up off it, it was about originality. It was about having your voice being distinctive, to not try to sound like anybody else. We're in the era that, due to the fact that song was successful, I'm gonna emulate the same sound, the same beat pattern, the same. I'm gonna wear a white T-shirt. I'm gonna do all of the. It's monkey see, monkey do out here, and it's you know.
Yeah, that's all it is, and it's really no talent. So, but we're gonna play one more song, and then we're gonna get to your interview, Pop. Now, we gotta blame this guy here. Hold on, let me see this guy. Matter of fact, this guy, my brother. Brutally honest rap show. Even when it comes to myself and my son, if I make a beat and it's trash, it's trash. You know what I'm saying? But that just wasn't right. Baylana say like, share, hit the notifications, and if you're new, please subscribe. Yes, please subscribe, y'all. We really appreciate it all. Now we're gonna play one more song before we get to Pop's the Brown Hornet song. Oh, that's Sharonda Smith. Moosey is here now. Okay. Shout out to Moosey. We are going to go into the interview of Pop the Brown Hornet. Much respect to you, my brother, and that's shown up. I appreciate your work that you already have out. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you back. Appreciate and yeah, and here's the thing. Our panel right here, all of y'all can definitely step in with any questions for him, and anyone in the comments, and that have any questions, please put them out there so that we can ask. Now, just to get this thing started, right, Pop? Now, for the record, you're definitely a Staten Island legend. That's for sure. You know what I mean? Again, much respect to you. So just to give a starter kit for everybody, when did you start? Where you from? Well, I know I said Staten Island, but what part and who you came up with? Any other rappers that you came up with that became big or whatever? Give us a little story.
Yeah, so to start off the interview, I'm Pop the Brown Hornet from out of Stapleton, Staten Island at 10304. Bomba fire! So yeah, Stapleton all day. In the 80s, you feel me? That's where a lot of artists was really crafting their style. Staten Island really didn't have a voice when it came to hip hop. Of course, we had the Force MDs, and all of us looked up to the Force MDs / the Force MCs. But then when hip hop started getting a little bit funky, we all wanted to be a voice. So Staten Islanders were rhyming around Staten Island, putting on talent shows, Park Villa, The Wave, The Cave, the so forth and the so on. So that's where I was earning my stripes at before anybody was really coming out on wax. Then the first ones that really come out on wax was the UMCs, and the UMCs with Haas G and Kim. Haas G being from Brooklyn, he moved from Brooklyn to Staten Island, then he moved to Stapleton. And Stapleton is where he was really infused with the music. He moved out there as a youngster. You know what I mean? So, and out in Stapleton, R&S's house was already a house that we went up to do demos and things of that nature. So when he moved out there, he became, he got infused with the musics, and him and Kim and they met on the Statue of Liberty, where a lot of other MCs were working, because the Statue of Liberty, if you had a summer youth job, those were one of the places that they met up. So when you take the Brown Hornet, I'm from that era as far as, the UMCs, as far as the W coming out. Before the W was formed, we were all being, like I said, Park Villa, The Cave, Wave, Consequences. We all had the rep in all of these spots. So yeah, I'm there in the beginnings. So when the UMCs came out, the W came out. Before the W came out, Shaheem the Rugged Child came out. And I had participated a lot with Shaheem the Rugged Child. So did some writing together. Like when he was a little kid, we helped, for as far as myself, Pop the Brown Hornet, R&S, Down Low Record, June Lover, Rubber Bands. This was coming out of Stapleton. I was part of a group called GP Woo / GP the Green. But we started out with the Shaheem as how everybody was introduced to, the GP. So we was on 5 Elements. When Shaheem dropped his second album, I had wrote the single "Shit Is Real." So that's my song that
that was my joint.
Right. So I wrote that. Ain't no time to catch.
Oh, wow.
Guys past the same nines of screw faces, my disguise. Don't look me in my eyes. That ain't wise. First jump to jump is the first jump that dies. So yeah, I was writing with, I was writing. So in the interim, I had dropped a single, Can You Woo 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 Let's Go to Lap. That was the first joint I put on wax. My second one that came in like 96 was Black on Black Crime and GP Connection. So Black on Black Crime was the one that really gave me the notoriety. That's one of my biggest songs or whatever. And then shortly thereafter, we had signed to MCA as GP Woo the Group. So Hank Shock and Daddy O had signed us. We dropped the album called Don't Go Against the Grain as a group with Down Low, June Lover, Rubber Bands, and myself. And then shortly thereafter, I dropped a solo album called The Underground Emperor on Smoke Records / MCA, distributed through MCA. And then I took a big hiatus. Things didn't pop off with the music. So in 2000, after I dropped my album, I had to go to working 731 from 2000 all the way up until 2017, 2018. Me and King Just dropped a mixtape called The Best of Both Hoods, The Emperor and the King. So that was the first time I really blew the dust off. And then I teamed up with Phantom of the Beat, aka Haas G. We teamed up, made an EP called Foreman Mandela, which is out there streaming now. Several different singles from Stapleton Fly and Straighten It Out, Zaddy Gotcha, Mike Champ. So there's a number of different singles that's on there. And then I dropped singles in between. No Smoke with King Just, Fest Taylor. I dropped Daydreaming with the Force MDs. I dropped a song with the Force called Daydreaming. And to bring you up to date right now, I got a joint called Shooting My Shot. So that's the latest single that I have out currently, Shooting My Shot.
Okay. Man, respect for all of that, because you covered a lot and made our job easy tonight. Now, when I get off, I definitely got to get your information, and I definitely have to get you our emails, which would be mine, DJ XL's and DJ Trelly Trells. So anything you come out with, definitely shoot it to us, and you have our support on it.
Appreciate you. Yep.
No problem. And then, so when you came back into the game, right, and it was a whole different environment, and like you said earlier, you kind of answered that. When you came back, did it cross your mind to say, man, I may have to do this new wave thing, or you just said, I'm going to stick true to it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, sitting back and on deep hiatus, I would listen to the radio, I listen to artists, and my thing was always to fill a void. So when I came back, I said, you know what, this is what they're not doing. So I never really wanted to jump in and say, let me do what they're doing. Like I explained to you before, as an artist, you should want to stand out and not fit in. So I've done that throughout my career, was not do what everybody else was doing. I always like went against the grain. So it was nothing for me to just to stick to my guns and come out with, like I said, traditional boom bap hip hop. I think I owed it to my fans and the hip hop world, the hip hop arena.
Absolutely. Now this song here, it's Phantom, Pop the Brown Bomber.
What song were you talking about?
I was trying to get. Is it Roman Jewel?
Now you get the name of the song was called Shooting My Shot. The producer of it, the producer is called SI's Finest, but Phantom mixed the song. So you got a copy. So when he sent it to you, you know what I mean, it's through Phantom because he mixed it. But it's produced by SI's Finest. That's an up and coming producer from out of Staten Island, Stapleton, Staten Island.
Okay. Now, what was I about to ask you? So what was behind? What was the idea? What made you put this song out? Like, what really made me put the song out, the young man SI's Finest, he had reached out to me for a while. And then, one time he tagged me and was like, yo, you need to hit some beats, and somebody tagged me in it. To make a long story short, I went and checked him out. He's from Stapleton, where I'm from. He's from my old building. I know his mama and things of that nature. So I probably listened to about 20 beats. Then I just grabbed something. I was zoning out one late night, and I said, you know what? Here you go. I'm gonna put a song together. The beat just kept ringing in my ears. So I wound up coming up with a lady joint. Shooting My Shot. It was kind of, like I said, I didn't intentionally come out that way, but when I was hearing the riff of the female in the song, I kind of figured, let me make it a female song. I didn't want to really try to create and go crazy off topic. I just said, let me create around her voice. And I came out with Shooting My Shot. Okay. Well, we're about to drop this joint, so I want y'all to listen up. Hip hop legend, Pop the Brown Hornet. Let's get it. All right. Pop the Brown Hornet. You know what, Pop? I must say this. I definitely was digging that joint, and my cousin was too. It was certain things you were saying in the song, and she was just a blushing and everything while it was going on. She was trying to cover it, but she got. We be reading her facial expressions every week. You can't hide it now, cousin. So you be saying certain stuff, and she just be moistening it up. But anyway, so
I got to come back to that, right? That's kind of a love song. Is that a beta song, but in rap?
Well, it's a love song. So
she messing with me. She messing with me, Pop, right now. And I'm a look. First of all,
see, he only buys because you on here. I'm telling you.
No. Let me tell y'all something. If y'all hear me say something crazy about that song, disown me. First of all, that song was dope. That was like one thing that I loved about it because it carries y'all sound. That's just like Griselda. They have their own sound, upstate New York, whatever. Their sound that's going on now. But y'all have y'all sound that been around since, the early 90s, the woo and everything. That could easily,
80.
I love that sound.
80. It been around since
Yeah, it's 80s. Yeah, 80s. But it really came out because I'm up north. Well, I'm in Atlanta now, but I'm just saying I'm from Baltimore. So y'all was hearing it before we was. Okay. Or y'all was making it before we heard it. Let's just say it like that. So, but that sound, I miss that sound. It's like the woo. So y'all can talk about stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? All that whining and all that stuff, I can't do it. Can't do it. That was not a beta song, cuzzy. It just wasn't. And we have Simply 10 Art saying, I liked it. Give it a 4. So,
yeah, that song never ride, man. I like that. I take my hat off to you, brother. I get it a 5 all day. That's something I can listen to.
Right. And Southside is a true Atlantean. He's an ATLian. You know what I'm saying? So he telling you on this given day. So and that goes to show you it's no wars against up north or down south or west coast, whatever. But when I heard it earlier, my bad. That was a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? So definitely you got to get us all your music. We got you on that. And I'll make sure I get you those email addresses so that the music, it can be sent to us. Wow. Now, and I wish you had sent us more music because they just sent that one.
Yeah, because that's just the one that I'm promoting right now. But what I'll do, like I said, once I get your email and all of that, I could just give you a gang of music that you just have in your repertoire, so you can just give it a listen to. Put me on your playlist. Okay, absolutely. We will definitely do that, and we want to get. Usually, we don't review the artist's music who we are interviewing, but that one deserves a review, and I'm gonna put KP on that one. What you got, KP? Hold on, KP. Yeah. We can't hear you, KP. Hold up. All right, there you go, KP. We can hear you now. Go ahead. My bad.
All right, so it did put me in the whole Staten Island mind frame sound.
Yes. Yep.
It gave me some of that good vibe, like some good RZA vibe on the track, and you can hear how the DJ used. The producer used the sample that was kind of similar, like that similar style. And then for real, I'm not trying to relate you to the Staten Island sound because you're an individual, but it ultimately comes from the culture, obviously, because you could hear a lot of I can hear a lot of comparative styles to a lot of people from that area. You know what I'm saying? So I give it a 4. It was a good song. I think. Since it was leaning towards the female, could have had the track kind of just was real repetitive. I think they could have freaked it and gave it a bridge or something, a build up or but it was a good song, so I give it a 4.
Got you. Copy you.
I still rock with my 5, and thank you so much, KP.
Point, he makes a valid point though.
Good, he does. He does. Me and KP always go at it, but let me tell you something. KP know music. I know music, and a lot of times we'll have different views, but it's all love. This guy, I can't even remember the last time I didn't know him. If that makes sense. I known him all my life. So, right. and we are critics. So, hey, XL, what you have on that?
It was definitely dope. I already kind of sort of had that mind state. I've heard the song. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already had that mind state in my head because it's kind of funny. Earlier today while I was at the job, at the store, I was listening to some older Wu, and not necessarily mainstream Wu, like a lot of affiliates. I listened to Killer Army, GP Wu, and I got a couple new Killer Priest joints that came to me the other day. Mm-hmm. So, like, I already had that mind state in my head. But you already know, like almost everybody in Staten Island, a lot of, it sound like Capadonna. Everybody got a Capadonna sound to an extent. But Yeah, definitely is dope. I mean, I give it a 4 or 5.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Definitely. So that was definitely a good one. And again, I wish we had more. So and you're always welcome back on the show. All you gotta do is hit us up, and when you get the next song and everything. So we here. And we looking forward to growing this thing. And I think that this show is needed because you have a lot of guys out here that, you know, when they get their songs, they automatically think it's a, you know, they think it's platinum, you know what I mean? Or they think it's a 10, and then they play it for their homeboys. You know, their homeboys, a lot of times, ain't going to tell them the truth. So now they have a platform where they can really hear, they can get facial feedback. They can see, you know, in our faces, especially her right here. Oh, she'll let you know. She'll let you know if she like your song or not. But and then they'll see our body language. They'll see in the comments, and they'll get the panels, reviews, and everything. So I think it's a good place. And even Shell Shock, he'll tell you he's still working at it, and I much respect to that guy. We have Yada L7 said 4.5 grown man rap. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. So
appreciate
man,
that.
Yeah, it was a good show. Everyone, we appreciate it. Oh, go ahead.
You make a valid point when they say grown man rap.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you have music like your son made. It's for the younger genre. I remember when I was getting interviewed by Ralph McDaniels, and he was like, you know, when I listen to your music, it is for a mature crowd. We don't have enough of that in hip hop. So when I do make my music, I make sure, you know, there's always going to be something, but I make sure that I'm talking to grown-ups. You know what I mean?
Right.
We started it, we created it. A lot of time when we listen to the radio, we want to go back and hear the 80s and 90s, and we're not getting that now. You know, we're getting something totally different. So I like to be able to revisit it. I like to make my music sound like it's coming right out of the 90s for you. So.
Absolutely. I even had a line of tapes, and it was actually called Grown Man Rap. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to differentiate what you're doing versus what's going on. Because, I mean, not taking nothing from the younger crew or whatever, but they're not talking to me. And where can I find music that's talking to me?
Hey, where could you get food for thought? I mean, every day you don't want to run out. You don't want to run outside and get McDonald's and Wendy's and you know, you don't want to get microwavable food every night. That's not substantial, and it's not healthy for you. You need a home cooked meal, and that's what
absolutely
music is. Sometimes you got to sit down and you got to cook up a good recipe. You feel me? So with the 4s and the 4.5s and all of that, you know, if those were restaurant ratings, those is restaurants that you're gonna want to look at. You're not gonna look at a 5-star rating restaurant and say, if you got 2 stars, I'm passing that by. So, you know, my thing is I like to make music for everybody. You're not going to hear another shoot on my shot. That, you know, you'll hear something else. I'll have something for the ladies or whatever, but that's bottled up, you know, and you move on to the next song. The great artists that we grew up off of, whether it's the Princes, the Michael Jacksons, the Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross, Diana Summers, all of these great artists, they have rarely made the same song over and over again. You know, when Diana Summers, oh, love to love you, baby. You never heard that song again. She never even made that song again. It was so distinctive. So you want to make songs that are classics, that stand out.
Yes.
That stand out on their own.